Please?
We're gonna fit.
How many people can you fit in an elevator?
So they know who you're talking to.
Yeah, everybody jump up.
Everyone jump.
No competitors. What if there's a competitor?
For raffle.
Yeah.
And yes, they even have elevator music out here.
With Asian characteristics.
Soundhound. Put it on Soundhound. Do they have Chinese singers and all?
I think so.
What?
Ni hao. Well, it seems that they're ready for us.
I think that might be Mr. Fong. Mr. Fong, yeah.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Hi, please.
Mr. Fong?
Yes, I'm Mr. Fong.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Mr. Chinese.
Please come in. Please. You're early.
Yes. I wanted to make sure we were on time.
Oh, okay.
But it still took us more than an hour.
Oh, where are you staying?
We are by the railway station, Shanghai railway station.
Oh, okay.
In
Okay.
the rush hour.
Yeah, yeah,
So I wanted
it's,
to make sure it was at 9
that's
o'clock.
true. Okay. Here's my card, thank you. I'll leave my cards here, so you grab one.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So when you come in, probably to you pass the German Center, you have a sign saying Zhongjiang High Tech Park. So it start off kind of with the government kind of focusing, right? Developing Pudong. Pudong, if you know, probably about 15 years ago, is primarily farmland. So back then, when the previous premier Deng Xiaoping came over, he said, well, where is Shanghai's previous glory? So he kind of said, well, let's reinvest in Shanghai, making sure it kind of get back to some of the past history. And that's from then on, in the early 90s, right, all close to, it start developing, right? I don't know if you pass through the tunnel or the bridge?
Bridge.
Okay, so you probably won't see the Liu Jiazhe area, and if you have a chance, do visit that area. I don't know if you're visiting any bank.
We are in Liu Jiazhe tomorrow.
Okay, so that's the amazing kind of growth story for Shanghai, because Liu Jiazhe used to be like farmland, and then the government starting to divest the investments in Puxi, moving people, families over to Pudong. But then until the famous visit by Premier Deng, so that started to say, I want Liu Jiazhe to be the financial district. So since then, the regulation kind of say, well, if you are a foreign bank and if you want to establish in China a local branch, you must invest in Liu Jiazhe, no matter where you are. So most of the banking headquarters, particularly for foreign banks, Citi, HSBC, East Asia, and all Charter, all that have to have the main office registered in Jiazhe, and then they can grow elsewhere. So that start bringing all the financial institutions and so on. And then the other destination within Pudong was Zhangjiang is the high tech park. In fact, I think last year is formally known as one of the high tech area within in Beijing. There's Zhongguancun. It's like silicon, right? But they make sure all the high tech companies are in Zhongguancun in Beijing, and this is another one where innovation, right? And it's going to be the focus area within. So this high tech park. Further down, you have Jinqiao, right, which is the processing area, right, where you have General Motors and most of the automobile and large factories, right, for processing for export or local sale. And then Waijiaoqiao was the model for really a free trade zone, where basically if you start your business, this is the WTO days, if you want to have business to distribute within China, like distribution center, like parts and everything, you establish your base in Waijiaoqiao, and then you can, right, whenever you want to export, then you go through customs and everything in Waijiaoqiao before you go to the rest of China. So it's primarily a free trade zone where there's no tax, nothing, until you export out of the zone. Right? So that's where there's still a lot of companies that want to have a distribution center within Asia, have their locations there, or do their assembly there. For example, Kingston, IBM used to software and so on, and a number of electronics and others, and a lot of trading companies, right, within the free trade zone. Okay, and then south of Zhangjiang area, this used to be farmland and focus on agriculture development, Xuanqiao and all that, but that's kind of gradually going away into becoming more and more tourist spot where Disney is definitely going to be in the south area, right, in Qunsao and Anhui, right. So that's the kind of development in Shanghai, and particular development in Pudong, where they kind of have planned designated growth, right, from nothing to what it is today: financial district, high tech, processing zone, and then free trade zone, kind of thing. Okay. So I kind of run the site over in Huajiajiao, but every now and then I do help with particularly government relations and government visits, and also customer visits and so on. Okay. I've been in Shanghai about 16 years now. I used to live in Canada before I came here. Grew up in Hong Kong, basically worked in different areas of IBM from Japan, Hong Kong, Japan, Canada, and now Shanghai. So, I can introduce myself and maybe go on.
Yeah, my name is Yifan and I'm Chinese.
Yeah.
And I'm also a student.
Okay.
My name is Paula Vanessa.
Okay. Hi.
You work for Amgen?
Yes, I work for Amgen,
Oh, which one?
Amgen, which is a biotechnological.
Amgen?
Amgen.
Amgen Biotechnology.
Okay.
Pharmaceuticals. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Nicholas Fosil. I work for a clinical research site in a hospital,
Okay.
and do both internet, mostly Latin America,
Okay.
clinical research.
I'm Stephanie Folster, and I work for a company that does both aerospace and environmental software.
So you fit very well in Zhangjiang because as part of the aerospace development in south, further south to that, there's a huge aerospace near the Pudong area, airport area. So there's an area where they have a huge growth area for aerospace. Because that's probably the next 5 years, aerospace is one of the major kind of focus area or priority for the government. So apart from Tianjin, where they're assembling the Airbus, they're going to try doing the CJ919, the Chinese model, and probably come out in about 3, 4, 5 years time.
I'm Professor Somnath Basu,
Yeah.
Professor of Finance.
Okay.
I've been a professor for the last 27 years. And these are my students. I bring them every year to Shanghai
Yeah.
because I cannot teach in a class what really is happening in China. It's so theoretical that students can't really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I started bringing them over here for a week. And what I can do in a week, I cannot do in a term.
Yeah.
Once I put them on the ground out here, they can see for themselves what I'm talking about.
I'm Stanley Fletcher. I'm an aerospace engineer for a company.
Okay.
Jesus Aguilar, I'm also an aerospace.
Oh, okay.
Cindy Havenhill, I'm a certified financial planner and investment advisor, my own
Okay.
business.
Larry King, and I am in the certificate program in financial planning in Kowloon. Spent 35 years in industrial distribution with a nationwide company in the United States.
Okay. Okay. Well, very diversified.
Very.
Very interesting. And I think Professor Basu is correct. I think you can see here a couple of days and what you are amazed at what you can see. Now, Shanghai is, if you imagine that the growth in China, right, you can see Shanghai and say, wow, this is the isolated. But then think about there are probably 800 cities, right, each one over a couple million people. So that's kind of the growth. And if you go out, invest in Chongqing or over in the middle of Huazhong and all that, you can still see a lot of growth, buildings and all that. It's kind of not exactly like Shanghai, but still tremendous growth each of the provinces and the cities. Okay, I understand. So, which other companies are you visiting?
Yesterday we had Disney.
Okay.
That's your partner, I'm assuming.
Where
In Shintindi, their headquarters,
Okay.
head office.
Yeah.
And today we also have a Finnish company called Metso.
Metro.
Metso. Then another industrial park.
Yeah.
Then we have a few local manufacturing Chinese companies, because that's what we want to see, the large scale manufacturing. So tomorrow we are going out. What's the name of the place we are going out tomorrow? It's a 2.5-hour drive. Jiangsu.
Jiangsu, which city?
知道常州。
Changzhou. Oh, okay.
And then we have some real estate and financial firms on Thursday. Friday we have Citigroup
Okay.
software,
Yeah.
and we have two software on Friday. We have Citicorp and Shanghai Pudong Software Technologies.
Shanghai Pudong Software Park.
Software Technology Services Company. In the park,
In
in
Changzhou.
Shanghai is Vision Company.
The Pudong Software Park or
Shanghai Pudong Software Technology Park.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's the government or the software park? In Changzhou, so that's right down there, the software park. Right?
Correct. So it's mixed up all different kinds of companies.
Okay, good. Well, yeah, that's a good list to visit. Yeah. Okay. So what do you want to know about IBM?
Whatever you wish to tell us.
No, I think you are
We'll have-
the customer, right? You tell us what you really
Well,
want to.
maybe you can start by telling us a bit about the history of IBM in China
Okay.
and where you are today, and what do you see are your strategic issues going into I think 2015 is a big year for China as a benchmark year.
Yeah.
So what are the plans for IBM in China, and how you came here and the growth and all that?
Okay, good. Okay, are the lights okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So since I've been in 16 years and in different roles, so probably I can tell you a little bit about the history in China. But what I try to map is looking at the overall company in terms of the values, our strategy, and then how that relates to how we are executing or implementing in China. Okay, so today I think one of the kind of IBM has changed or transformed over the years from more of a technology company into more of a value-based company. Right, basically it's people, it's services. Right? And not so much, I mean, the hardware side or the technology side is important, but most important is what value are we bringing to the customers, right, to the enterprises. So I think that's, and then the kind of what we believe in our vision is that we want to make the world better. So it's not just giving them the technology or the hardware or the storage, but how do you put those things into better perspective in terms of applying to the world, applying to the cities, applying to the governments. How do you make life everybody better? I think that's where we're going to. So you'll hear more and more about our smart planet strategy, right? Where we are kind of using not just technology, but using the knowledge base, right? Both IBM and with our partners to how to kind of understand the world better, how we can kind of then apply the systems, the technology, the services to make it better. Okay. Today, the company still is about 400,000 people working in hardware, software, and services, right? To help different institutions.
Excuse me, maybe can
Sure.
Is it okay for us to ask some questions
Yeah,
as
yeah,
you're
yeah,
going
please.
through and we'll raise our hands?
Just
How-
ask.